challenge of going up there? You got it 1-1 right now, but they're the best home team. You're the best road team. It just seems like a great playoff series.
Should make for some good games. That's a challenge, right? How good they are on their home ice, how good they've been there in playoffs, how good some of their star players have been there during the regular season, and McKinnon and his streaks he's had this year. A lot of challenges for us going in the next few days.
Do you feel the altitude at all?
Sometimes in the first period. I think the trick's always been, even in preseason, go as hard as you can in the first and get used to it. Typically enjoy going in and out, not being there too long, but we'll get accustomed to it quick.
Is that part of your philosophy on the road anyway? Short shifts, simple play? I mean, it seems like it plays into, one, they're a good home team, but two, I think that, that's a good strategy against them. Yeah,
just simple, right? I mean, being on the road makes you simplify your game for many reasons. I mean, we've done a great job on the road, having playoffs as well. So we're looking forward to the opportunity.
A lot has been talked about with Tanev's coming in and Harley's advancement over last year. But a night like last night, what does it remind you of when you watch Miro Heiskanen?
Just a guy getting rewarded for all the amazing nights he's had. He does so many things that you don't get respect on the score sheet for. He's the number one guy you hate going against on a 2-on-1 or a 1-on-1 in practice. It's been joked about for years here, and it's so true. All the elements he brings to his game and our team, it's awesome.
What are the elements? Like, is it quick hands? Is it anticipation?
It's quick hands. It's his brain. It's his skill, his speed. He's not going to maybe go and run a guy, but, he just seems to have that stick in the right spot to just shut down plays. So it's been a treat to watch here for many years and more to come.
You've seen what Wyatt Johnston has done over the last couple of years. Where do you, he's done a lot of good things, but is there a certain area where you've really seen a good amount of growth from last year to this year with him at all?
It's hard to pinpoint one thing. He already came with so many tools, and he's gained some new ones, but those tools he's already had, he's just blossomed them, and he continues to get better. So he's one of those players that you just can't say that he's hit his ceiling or know where he's going to be in years to come, because he can't even legally drink. So, he's all our, little brothers in here. He's just the young kid that we all love and root for. And I don't know. I had someone ask me recently. I think there's been times in, guys' careers where there's players that I don't know if you're jealous of, or you're worried about maybe someone taking your spot or what. He's just got that character in person that we just all love him.
Mm-hmm.
We're one big family, and he's kind of always been the pup. So now we got Stanky to follow his lead.
I use the term athletic arrogance, and I think it's a positive thing. He seems like the exact example of that. Like, he's not cocky, but he does believe he's better than you, or not you, but anybody who's going against.
I'll be honest. Like, you see young kids with arrogance. I had lots of arrogance as a kid. I just don't see it in him. I think he's got that swag, but he's not he's not an arrogant kid. He's a guy that you could maybe one day see having a C on his chest. I mean, he's just got that character to him, and we're blessed in here with many of those guys. Delandria's getting to know Stanky a little bit. Harley, that all falls back on the upper management and who they're drafting and the homework they're doing, because they're bringing players in this locker room that it's so easy to deal with.
So
go ahead.
I gotta ask, the haircut.
What haircut?
Is that just to try to change the mojo up a little bit?
I've liked my mojo. I feel like I'm playing, personally great hockey. Tons of chances, no reward, no finish, and was getting a haircut and going a little high. And she said, "Do you want to keep it going? Just get a mullet." And I said, "Sure, why not?" So here we are.
So coincidence that you score right after that?
Coincidence, or it's my wife's birthday today too. So happy birthday, honey. So it all kind of just came to a head last night.
It's a weird one for me. We both have been here for a long time. What is it with us on the 180-foot empty? Like, he's done this like 6 or 7 times, it seems like, hasn't it? Like,
Yeah.
do you remember? I mean, he just goes back there and
I'm
has
trying
a
to,
knack.
you try to think of how many goals he hasn't scored 5-hole as well. I mean, they're typically in that spot. So the empty net, they're typically dead in the heart. He knows how to hit that spot. But yeah, another guy that, goes unnoticed at times for score sheet reasons. Brings so many elements to our team with his game, PK, defensive, whatever. Jumps in the rush and does score 5-hole. So he's a guy you need.
How big is it to get an empty net goal and keep the pressure? It was only 20 seconds last night, but you've had it where he's done it with a minute or whatever, and it really does take the pressure off.
Yeah, it got a little quiet in there in the rink for a bit, and hey, they're a great team over there. Yeah. They're so offensive, so you got to respect that. You got to hopefully learn from these positions we've been in many times at home, especially these guys. I think games in their rink could be a little different. I mean, they come out a little differently there. The energy is a little different at the end of the game, so we'll see what happens. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, not an easy task, obviously, with their home record and how good they are at home, but we've been a great road team all year, and we're in a better spot than we were in round one after 2 games. So we got to keep, like round one, keep building our game every game of this series. I thought game 2 was better than game 1, and we've got to make sure that that's the same in 3 and 4 here.
Is that road strategy actually work really well in this series? I mean, it probably works with everybody, but just playing a simple game, playing short shifts, it just seems to match up against what you want to do against them.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We've got a good road formula, but you're putting it up against the best home team in the league. So, that's always a great test, and that's a tough building to play in. It's a tough building to make sure you handle the momentum swings of the game properly, because once the crowd gets into it and that team feeds off that, like Vegas, they can get 2 or 3 really quickly on you. So we've got to manage all those things.
I was going to say, you went into Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
the 2
Yeah.
games. How much do visiting teams, can they kind of take that energy?
Yeah.
Or you know what I'm trying to say? In
Yeah,
terms
yeah.
Of
Yeah.
kind of that hostile
Oh, I'm sorry.
environment and kind of make it work to their advantage.
Yeah. Well, I think depending on your team, I think our team enjoys playing on the road in those environments. So I think that's good. I think this is a little different than Vegas, just because, I think Colorado is just a little more explosive.
Sure.
You combine that with their home record and that crowd, they can really turn things around quickly, as we saw, in the last couple of games here on the road in the third period. So, we've got to manage that, but our group's really comfortable on the road all year in all environments, and we're excited to go in there and put our best game on the ice.
These playoffs, you've been asked about Tanev and his fit and Harley's advancement, but a night like last night, you get that great production from Miro Heiskanen.
Yeah.
Is it just easy to forget how good he is back there?
Yeah, it is. You take him for granted. He plays his 27 minutes a night and has the puck on his stick all night and plays against everyone else's best players and, runs your power play. You do take him for granted because, he is so easy to play and he's out there so much and we ask so much of him. But he was at a different level last night. Him and Rupe Hintz, I thought, really kind of grabbed that game and took it over.
Do you think that's something that he can continue doing night in, night out through the rest of the series?
Yeah, you know what? I think he goes out and affects the game like that every night for us. It might not result in points and goals, but he has that effect for us on the game every night. Just sometimes it doesn't appear on the score sheet. It's in different ways, either facilitating for other guys or shutting down the other team's best players. So, that's our ask of him every night. I think obviously some nights it all comes together like last night. But, even on the nights where he doesn't score, he's still a critical piece for us.
I don't know if he's done it on your watch as much, but S is really good at the 200-foot empty netter. And that is, it's an amazing skill to have.
Yeah.
And to be able to lift it and to do it. I think he's done it 4 or 5 times that I've seen him. And, and then it takes takes all the air out of the other team. It's a pretty big play to make.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a great play. I mean, I loved the composure of Rupe to kind of share the puck with him and not panic, and then Essa to finish it off. More than the goal, I loved Essa's game last night. I thought he was physical and hard and heavy and really tough on their best players to play against. So, we need him to continue to play at that level.
Hakanpää stay in town? He doesn't go on this trip with you.
He's not on this trip with
Okay.
us, but I just talked to him this morning. I think he might travel on the next time we get on the road.
Cool. Great.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.